What's up, guys? This is Matt. I wanted to do a video here explaining today why 2025 is the perfect year to jump into medical device sales and decide for yourself that breaking into this industry will be the best thing that you can do. There's going to be 10 reasons here in no particular order, but I wanted to share some things that are a little bit new, a little bit innovative, and I think you're going to care about. So if you made it this far, please like the video. It's the only way that's going to help me grow. I know it probably stinks when I'm asking for it, but if it's the only thing that's going to really help me grow and get this out to a bigger audience, if you could please do it, I would be very appreciative of it. So, one of the reasons is that people are living longer. So, there's an aging population, meaning that there are more chances for people to fall ill, which is a little bit sad to say, but that means that healthcare costs and healthcare is going to increase. It is a good time to get into the industry that way, just due to the advances in technology that are keeping people living longer. And the next one's going to be that surgical cases are rebounding. Post COVID and everything, elective OR, some of them were shut down. But now that they are rebounding, they are getting obviously more patients in due to the growing patient demand and patients living longer and needing procedures. So hospitals are doing surgeries, and when there are surgeries being performed, they're going to need implants for those to be performed with. So it is a good thing to get into for that reason. So next up is going to be advances in technology, because there are going to be specific advances in technology such as robots, different minimally invasive procedures, meaning that they don't open up the whole entire spine to actually, whole entire anything if they're going to be doing it minimally invasive, but they can just do it through a much smaller incision than it would be as an open procedure, meaning that they make a very large midline cut that you would see and might be used to. So with all of these new advances coming out, new technologies, there's going to be more reps that are going to be needing to handle that technology. So that could be a good reason for you to break in and get in as well. So next is going to be industry talent gaps, which that means that's pretty much just, people are aging, people are retiring, people are phasing out, people are taking new jobs all the time. So that means, associate level roles are going to be opening up in the areas. Other roles are going to be opening up in the areas. So you should be able to capitalize on them. Some of the senior reps might be becoming old in your territory. Maybe they need like 2 associates to cover what one senior rep used to manage. Who knows? But that is where the networking piece and everything becomes very important. So you can figure out jobs once they open, and be able to, kind of get to the party first on those. And next up is going to be high earning potential. Associate reps, most of the time, from what I'm seeing, get in anywhere between the 50 and 80 to 50 and 90 range, depending on what they're doing. Territory managers usually make anywhere from about like 100 to 175. And then, if you become more senior and you grow your business, you can make anything 175 plus. So there is a very high earning potential in medical device sales. So that does make it a very appetizing category to get into if you wanted to, find a career to jump into because of financial reasons. This could be a very good one for you to jump into. Next up is an interesting one, the rise in ambulatory surgery centers, or ASCs. These are pretty much like buildings that are separate from hospitals that they do, small surgeries in. With the rise in that, there's going to be physicians that are also going to be needing implants at these places that are separate from the hospital. This creates a really good environment. You create one-on-one with the surgeon. You go and can cover his cases and don't have to really worry about anybody else's. And it really just builds a very good relationship that way if you wanted to go in and really just work at an ASC. And there's more of them that are populating up all the time. So that does mean an increase in business and increase in demand. And now in 2025 is a very good time for people to transition industries. So being that there are more open spots now probably than usual, if you have pharma experience, any kind of IT sales experience, tech sales experience, auto sales experience, now would actually be a wonderful time to jump in and make your transitory skills known to hiring managers and regionals, because you could utilize those skills to jump ship into a potentially even more high-paying career. Now, also in 2025, there is plenty more training courses, such as medical sales college. There are going to be other courses that are going to be offered as well for people that are going to be breaking in. So you can have a much different experience now than you did before, because there are many more options that are being offered to people to sort of teach them the job before they actually get into the role. So there are a lot more resources now in 2025 than there have been in the past. And last but not least is really the shift toward value-based selling in the marketplace. It's a lot less about product now and a lot more about relationships. In my opinion, it's probably always been more about that way. But due to whenever the boom happened with implants, and surgeons were looking for really like the best one. You know, a lot of implants have been out for a while now. A lot of surgical techniques have, you know, more or less stayed the same, with a couple like innovating. So relationships, trust, and providing that good service is going to be what is going to get you in the door and selling with these surgeons a lot of times, rather than having a really good product. You know, really good products do exist, one that changed the game, and, you know, surgeons will use you solely because you have that product. But it doesn't happen often. So value-based selling is huge in medical device sales. So if you have a very large amount of confidence in yourself, a want to learn all these instruments, all these implants, whatever it is you are selling, it is a very good time to do so. So that's going to be the end of the video. I'll be helping out with more things on in the future, but that's going to do it for today.